fellow Kenyans, as we approach December 27th, it is important not just to concentrate on the men who want to be our president, but also to concentrate on the ladies who want to occupy State House with them. Nothing presents a better chance to look at the ladies who want to be Kenya's first ladies than an episode that happened recently in our State House, where Lucy Kibaki had to defend herself against male chauvinists. It is not more about Lucy Kibaki. It is about Ida Odinga and the way she responded to that incident. This is JN Karaoke, Kenyalivetv. Welcome. This is an incident that involves a media man who is given the privilege to introduce guests at the State House and calls Lucy Kibaki, Lucy Wambui Kibaki. Whoever Wambui is not the point. The point is that you have no right as a person, whoever you are, to go into State House or to come into my house and call Lucy somebody else. And this is not the first time. 3 years ago, it happened where Lucy is introduced as the second wife, the second lady. When these things happen the same way, and Lucy does not have anybody to defend her, I think she has a right to defend herself. State House is her house, so to speak, because we sent the president there and his family. So we must respect Lucy as the first lady in our country. When the media says that they are going to sue Lucy because of the incident, it is a case of blaming the victim. Especially when it comes at a time when over 60% of the people with HIV and AIDS are women. When violence against women is on the increase. And Ida Odinga would even dare to tell Lucy to restrain herself without looking at anything else, without even looking at the man who calls Lucy Wambui, without even looking at the fact that this is a happened twice. Well, for me, it is easy to say that Ida only looks at this from the male chauvinist point of view. It is the same thing that you have seen in Luo Nyanza, where no woman, not even one, is worth occupying a parliamentary seat, when her husband is in total control of who goes to parliament in Luo Nyanza. So Ida, this is what I'm going to tell you. That you might be, chances are that you could be our next first lady. Are you sure you would want anybody to introduce you as Ida Otieno Odinga or Martha Odinga? It would be wrong. What if it happens a second time? That is not the way to do it. Do not criticize Lucy just to make a political point. Look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture, it is in the same ODM where I find people like Bishop Wajiro, who sees a man who starts a fight with her former husband and goes to church as a bishop, disregards the presence of our Lord in the church, the presence of God, and start calling such a man names. in the pulpit, that is not a group that I want to represent the Kenyan woman. As much as we would like to see men as the ones who are causing all these problems that we see with the Kenyan woman, as the chauvinists say, it is also important to notice that women are perhaps their greatest enemy. Mother Karuas, the Ngirus, the Ida Odingas are not true examples of a Kenyan woman. Now it is important to ask, where are the real Kenyan women? Will you please stand up? Because these are hard times and we need your voices. Ida, as I speak to you, let me remind you that I am in USA right now. And I'm sure you have been reading our newspapers. And you have seen lately that Kenyan women have been killed in USA by people who we cannot even identify. At least we can identify one. And when these women are killed, it is hurting to note that some of them had even a chance to pick up the phone and call the police. But chauvinists, male chauvinists, whom you seem to side with, have been telling Kenyan women over and over and over that you cannot call the police on men. That even, it is always good to deal with it the Kenyan way. Is that what you are telling Lucy? Lucy dealt with it the Kenyan way in the first incident. She just threw a few tantrums and then she moved on to go with her husband to the party. But this time she decided to deal with it in a different way. But it looks like either way, she's a loser. Lucy is one of the most battered women we have around. Because people are insulting her. There are other women who are claiming her kingdom. So when you say that, we in the diaspora know exactly where these voices that pull down women are coming from. They are coming from the Idas, who want the woman to remain submissive, even when she's about to be killed. Even when a man wields a knife and she has a chance to escape, she has a chance to call for help, she cannot. Because the Idas of this world would like the woman to just stay like that. And this is how we end up with almost all the children we have in Kibera. Battered women who cannot bring up their children. That is how we end up with so many inherited and disinherited women in some parts of the country, because they have no voice. So a slap is not a voice for women, but we need to look at this thing from both angles. Lucy did not do the right thing, but you did even worse than Lucy, because you put down a battered woman. You stepped on her, and it is wrong.